Hello, this is Mike with Christian Meds. This week I just want to talk a little bit about angels and kind of some of the ways we look at them. So let's get started. So let's talk a little bit about angels. When I look at angels, the way we end up portraying them as, angelic beings with wings and all that, I don't see that when I read the text. In other words, I see them as having a vocation. In other words, an angel being a messenger. Now, this is where things start getting very confusing because you also hear about cherubim, and cherubim have wings, but that's the only winged type creature that is described really in the Bible. An angel is never described as having wings. An angel is really described as looking up very much like people, but being messengers from God. There's certainly situations where, people have hosted angels and had conversations with them. One of the conversations was Gabriel coming and visiting Mary, so as a messenger that she was going to have a child, that she had been chosen, to birth Jesus of Nazareth. So really it becomes more of a vocation, and this is some of the things that I feel like our interpretation gets so clouded. We're trying to, understand what we're reading, understand what we're interpreting, and we have sometimes what I would consider even mythology, mixed in. I find it to be very confusing. If angels had wings, you're not going to mistake them for a man, unless they could hide their wings, and then some of the things, Hollywood has portrayed them as, as things that can look like men but also have these wings, but there's nothing that proves that, these angelic beings that are messengers, that they have to have wings or not. There's no indication in the Bible that they have wings. There is an indication that cherubim have wings, but cherubim have a different role. In other words, cherubim are guardians of the holy place. In other words, they're the guards that are placed around the holy place to protect it and keep it holy and keep things that would soil that area, to keep them at bay. That's some of the roles of a cherubim, to protect the Holy of Holies. And that's basically more in a supernatural realm. In other words, not the realm that we see around us, but the supernatural realm of angelic beings. And that's some of the things when it comes to angels that I feel like, I don't understand how in the world we got from what the Bible says to all this. It's almost like it's like Greek gods being, rolled into the subject. And that just, I don't think that's the way we're supposed to interpret the text. I think we're supposed to think about it the way somebody would have thought about it 2,000 years ago, and they thought of these things as supernatural entities. They did not think of them as, everything from, little, Cupid type things all the way up to, full-blown angels, with these wings, Almost every nativity scene has angels portrayed that way. And I'm not sure that that's actually the way that they are. I think that, they can be around us all the time, and, that's part of the concept of living out the greatest commandment. If you came across a person, you know, and treated them rightly, in other words, treated them as you'd want to be treated if the roles were reversed, if that person happens to be an angel, wouldn't that be the way you'd want to treat an angel? You know, like just in a loving, caring, and generous manner. That's certainly what I hope, and I really, you know, have been very much focusing on treating people as if they're most definitely deserving of my love and admiration, that they're even a part of my life, that our paths are crossing. You know, that's really some of the things that I think we really need to start focusing on, seeing that these angels and also people, any person in the planet, they're both made in the image of God. And we need to love and respect that. And we need to start treating things, people, and angels, you know, with a lot more love and respect, you know, because we don't know who we're interacting with most of the time. And a lot of times, you know, it could be the person that's serving you food, it could be the person that, you know, is walking down the street, and even just to smile at the person rather than frowning, you know, or all that, I think goes a long way in trying to really show love in all situations. That's just some of my thoughts this week. Hope you have a blessed week, and we'll talk to you next week.